Stream elements. Bill 1949T is now live. Streaming DCS World, My Flight Simming, DCS.
Was that American? That was 3. All on the same target? I think so.
Same convoy, 3 targets fired, 3 targets hit.
Nice. He's back.
And another 3.
Rearming complete. A10 landing 08.
Roger.
Okay, I think I'm ready to roll. Well, now I'll set my altimeter and my trims first. Okay, ready to go. So the undead or Vexor coming in, I guess. In later. Taxi 08.
Roger. Just having a quick peek around, see if there's any units on the ground.
Copy that, copy that.
might want to check stores at some point. I don't know what state the server was in after last night.
I copy that. Perhaps I'll have a quick look before I actually get rolling onto the runway.
I know some of the rocket pods were low. Rockets for like A10 and stuff were down to like 60 MLS.
Okay, could be good at convoy then.
Yeah, I think the worst is probably the AIM 7Ps, which are 117 out of 200.
Don't forget to use the multiple radio buttons down the left, because by default it'll put you on air-to-air, but that won't include any of the rockets or the bombs or anything else.
Oh, okay, so you've got to click through those one at a time. It doesn't give it all. Okay.
No, in the mission editor you can select an all view, but that doesn't exist when it's in server.
Okay.
Uzi 1, tally artillery at Bulls 046 for 160. Uzi 1, tally armor at Bulls 047 for 160. Uzi 1, tally infantry at Bulls 047 for 160.
Yeah, it looks as though generally it's missiles and maybe bombs that are a bit depleted.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So we could be convoy state when Under gets back, if you fancy that as a icebreaker.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm going to spit, but that's alright. Yeah, 49 Spitfire 08 for takeoff.
Okay, well there's some prep we can do for that. So I just marked some artillery to the southwest, that lot. Probably be useful if they're removed before we start.
Okay, well I'll have a go at those, certainly. You say you've marked them?
Yeah, just the artillery to the southwest of the airfield. The close. I was marking them so that they're, and this next lot that I'm just about to mark.
Okay, that's what I refer to as the line of tanks, which are north to south.
Uzi 1, tally artillery at...
Okay, I'm going to have a go at those.
It's only really the T50s, 55s that are going to be giving you an issue. There's one, I think there's one more batch of artillery. It's a little bit further up towards Ekat, although I don't think we're generally in range of those. And there's one set of T55s in that general area as well.
Yeah, I think T55's bad news for me, by the way.
Yeah, I just want to get rid of the line of the 55s to the north as well, because I think actually the southeast is about the only direction where we don't get issues.
Okay, well I'll go for that line, that north to south line.
Yeah.
Okay, that threat is neutralised.
Okay, there's a little bit more further, the very next group on the map as you work west is probably going to want to be taken as well.
What are they? What are they?
The next group, I think they're also artillery, the S38 or S something, I can never remember their letters and numbers.
Yeah, copy that, okay. On my way.
Be advised, I can see the Mi-24s in the air.
Copy, thank you. One of those targets is neutralised, but I've still got 4 in the field, but I don't know how much ammo I've got. I'll have a go. Okay, there's at least 3 of those units, 4 of those units left. I've dispatched 3 of them, so they're almost 50% done, but I'm now out of 20 more, so I'll have another quick go and then RTV. Okay, RTV. getting no damage, so I'll just get rearmed and return for those remaining units in that area. Flaps up. Why does it stop working? Voice attack just for no reason appears to stop working, then it comes back all by itself. At the moment it looks like it's locked up. It thinks it's detecting speech. I'm going to stop and restart voice attack.
Request rearming.
Copy.
.49 south edge of runway under rearm.
Sure.
Rearming complete.
Okay, I'm rearmed. I'm going to return to my previous objective and see if I can finish them off.
Roger that.
Uzi 1, tally the utility at bullseye 045 for 160. Uzi 1, tally infantry at bulls 045 for 160.
Ghetto Zebras. Hey there, Bill.
Hi Ghetto, I'm about to take off and go back to where I just was. I've got rid of most of the threat, but there's a few left, so I'm going to go back and hopefully finish them off. It's the bunch that are sort of south. I'll mark them on the map. Hold on. I'm going for this lot here. I've got most of them. There's about 3, maybe 4 left. And I got the bunch. Where would they be? They'll be about here. There's a vertical, like a north to south line of tank type objects about there somewhere. Got rid of all those in one go, which is nice. And that's when I went onto this area, because what we're talking about is getting a convoy. So we're trying to get rid of a number of threats that might be a bit of a pain once the convoy's coming in. Taking off.
Keep watching.
Okay, those units that are further to the southeast are now all destroyed.
Southwest?
Say again?
You say southwest or southeast?
Southwest. Oh, I don't know what I said, but I meant southwest.
I've marked a few more around the ones to the east and the northeast, although be careful the one to the northeast because it's got the flank nearby. When I finish marking, I can switch out to something that I can deal with, take out the AAA with, unless Andred's got it in hand. Although he's in the 55s to the north because he's in a unit that's more appropriate to deal with those.
55's being done is a good move. The ones to the east are the first lot closest to the airfield? Are you talking about that like circle of BTRs?
Yeah.
Copy that. Copy that. On my way, I've got some ammo left. We'll see what I can do.
And the password is listed in the first section that describes. Yes, it is. Yes.
Yes, that was for your stream. Someone joining.
Oh, wrong button. Wrong button.
Have we got someone joining though?
Potentially, yeah.
Did have someone here yesterday whose name I can't remember, but he did seem interested. I didn't know if he had found your stream as well.
Oh, right, okay. I must have missed that one.
No, he didn't. I think he just watched my stream, but whether he rooted around and also found you, I don't know. So I don't know if it's the same person or not. It's probably not.
Gotcha. Sinner. JJ Sinner.
Oh no, it's a different person then.
Something to blow up on the airfield.
I'm not there, so I don't know.
Okay. Are you on the BTRs? Okay, I see you.
Three BTRs dispatched so far, 4 remaining.
Okay, what splash damage on the ground from the scuds coming in?
Probably.
You'd have thought Dave would not be firing at his own troops, but there you go. I'm sure the accuracy of those have gone down because they used to be fairly consistent on Mosdock Town, but they're spread quite around at the moment.
one BTR left here, but I've only got 7.7s, and I don't know how many. I'll see if I can clear it.
They might be okay for the BTRs. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
depends on that, how many I've got left. No, I've got 5% damage, then run out of ammo. So there's one left. RTB. That was quite successful because I got rid of the remaining ones that are further southwest and got 6 of those BTRs east of the airfield, so that was quite a nice little sorting.
Nice.
So I'm currently RTB, I'll be coming in from the west on 0. That was a very nice, quite successful little sortie. I had a number of ground units that I got rid of there, which is quite nice. There's the option to go down and beat up the 109 to it. Well, I'm out of ammo now, so I need to go there and get it rearmed. Split for 0-8 on finals. Oh, who's in the 109?
A10 inbound emergency landing, runway 08. I have half an engine.
You dumped your stores.
Ah, it was my tail that took the hit. Is it worth getting that repaired? I
Ghetto
took it.
Zebras. How are you, sir? Ghetto Zebras.
Not bad.
Nicely
thank you.
done.
Not bad. I've got a big hole in my tail though, but I might get repaired actually. Yeah. So, oops. Oh dear. Who that? Hang on. They're gone. I don't know who it was, but they're gone. It was a little bit of a hard landing. Yeah, so I had a number of ground units to the southeast. Had a few left, went out, got them, came back and got 6 out of the 7 BTRs that are to the east of the airfield. So that was quite successful. My first landing was okay. Second landing was more of a
Who's on the
bump.
runway?
I don't know who it was, but someone had what you might call a bit of a hard landing, like with flames and explosions and stuff.
Yeah, that was undead coming in. Have we got people parked on the runway?
I'm sitting to the south edge of the runway, getting rearmed and possibly repaired. Doing the usual, sitting on the edge, south edge. Ghetto is in a 109 to the south edge also. There is debris on the runway, if that's what you're seeing. That's undead debris. Well, I've got a hole in my tail, so I'm thinking I don't think it's really going to affect the flight controls, but I think I might get repaired anyway.
I might want to pull forward just onto the taxiway slightly. I think that the only reason was the issue was there was that undead was coming in damaged, so he wasn't necessarily able to maintain.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will try to make a point of that this time. Moving off. I haven't actually asked to repair or rearm yet, so I'll be moving off. Okay, runway fully clear now. A bit late, but it's fully clear.
Request repair.
Copy.
Request refueling. Request
Copy.
rearming.
Copy.
By the way, Ghetto, if you're
Refueling
there,
complete.
if you're still there, are you able to report back on my levels, sound levels, aircraft noise and voice comparison? So I'm just waiting for repair now. I see someone's just joined on YouTube. Hello, good evening and welcome. I'm just getting repaired and rearmed. 110 seconds before they repair, and repair takes 5 or 10 seconds. And then, well, I think,
complete.
there we are. He's just told me I've now been rearmed. I've got all my ammo.
Ghetto Zebras. Sounds good. Does sound a bit more quiet overall than yesterday.
Overall quiet.
Ghetto Zebras. I do have my engine sound in the background though.
Oh, okay, yeah, that might account for that. I can't boost the voice anymore. I can't boost my mic any further, but I can increase the background of the engine sound if that might help. I don't know. As long as the voice obviously has to cut across over the engine sound is the point. Right, 20 more seconds, then they'll start repairing me. As I say, that takes about 5, maybe 10 seconds to actually repair. We'll go up on the ramps in a minute. Got a big hole in my tailplane there, look. We're up on the ramps. Mended. Okay. Get started. Just nose down trim to level. Just rudder trim to fully right. That's it, I'll go back and hopefully now get rid of that that last BTR that's to the east. To the east of the runway. Announced though. 49 Spitfire 08 for takeoff. One night heading out to finish off those BTRs east of here.
Right.
Wasn't sure for a minute which one was still live, but they're all gone now. A final BTR dispatched in that area. I'm gonna head to the northeast to take out the AAA that's in the field, and then that will mean we can hit the BTRs that are to the slight west of the AAA. Copy that, I'll make way over that direction.
Okay, I wouldn't go there just yet though, because the AAA will be effective.
Yeah, I'll hold back. You say you're going for units to the north or to the west?
I'm hitting the AAA flak gun to the northeast.
Okay, yeah, copy that.
Once I've found it. Quite often have to wait for it to fire at me before I can see it.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. Channel 109. I'm seeing some puffs of smoke. I think that's them down there probably shooting that low.
Negative, shooting them.
Oh, that's okay then. Sort of.
I've drifted a little bit too close, trying to get a line, trying to get visibility on it.
Can't see you, I can only see the puffs of smoke.
No, I moved them up. Further to the east.
I can see the puffs of smoke exploding, but I can't see where the gun is. Perhaps I'm seeing your firing.
Oh, he got me.
I'm gonna have a go. I'm seeing you off and off 8 o'clock. Nice. Don't know where that AAA is. Can't actually see it. There's another gorgeous looking airplane, that 109, really is good.
Roger.
Yeah, copy.
Did that missile hit or did it miss?
Say again?
Did the missile hit, did you notice?
Well, I don't, if you fired a missile at him, you may have got him because I'm not seeing him firing at me or anything, and I've not been able to locate him. I have fairly closely overflown that area and not been fired on. That's all went down. Are you down as well then? Oh yeah. I think this is the target I'm supposed to be going for. This line.
Ghettos edits. Good hits, so good hits.
Did I get that one? I fired it. I didn't even notice. Because I suddenly realised that there's this line. Oh, hang on. Is this the line that also has? No, it's the line that has the infantry. I don't think it is. Oh, it looks like it must be. So there must be infantry down there, which are dangerous. I'm not going to go for them with this.
But yeah, the infantry next to the line of trucks is just as valid a target.
Yeah, but not so much with bullets. It really wants rockets for them, to be honest. Or bombs. But you can't really see what you're shooting at until you get close enough for them to blow you to bits with what they've got. And you've got to hit them directly with bullets. I'll give it a go and see what I get.
So I'm not sure if we were talking cross purposes there. I mentioned about the BTR, but you did.
Okay, got stuck. The transmission went off. Some of those infantry. I'll light up a couple of the trucks maybe now. I've taken a bit of pepper to the point. Okay, most of those trucks are gone, but that was just for fun because they're obviously not a threat. 49 RTB. Turning on the final 08. That sounds nice, Ghetto. Right, now what to do? Whether to jump in a Mosquito or an LA7. Axel, what's the plan with re-convoy? Or resupply?
Ghetto zebras. Mossy.
Mozzie, okay. Yep, okay, sold to the man with the ghetto name. Okay, I'll swap. .49 jumping in a Moz.
One, two, four.
Yeah, copy.
Yeah, sorry, my radio was messed up. Is there a problem on...
Yeah, Laxor, sorry, I got as far as is there a problem, and but I was mid swap of aircraft, so I missed after is there a problem.
Request rearming.
Copy. Rearming complete.
On the starter.
Copy.
124, check again.
Yeah, I copy. Receiving?
Yeah, receiving. Sorry, I got shot down just as we were speaking last.
Alright.
The AAA in that field is most definitely active.
The one that we just flew near? Northeast?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's firing at me like a machine gun.
Totally ignored me, unless I was in a different area to what I thought I was in.
Maybe it's bugged and it's just locked onto me.
Yeah, maybe. This is good. I've actually got to take my big shirt off, my flying shirt. I normally have this on because it's chilly in the evenings by the time I get to, right, by the time I get to early morning it's chilly. I'm actually going to take it off. Okay, 49 Mosquito 08, takeoff. I've got no idea what happened there. Oh, hang on, yes I have. I didn't set my trims at all. Oh dear, just goes to show how important that is. I thought I'd set my trims, darn it, but I didn't. Okay, respawn. Reslotted in the Moz.
Right.
49 Moz, radio check. That won't have gone out. "49 Mosquito, radio check." Mosquito, radio check.
Copy.
Thank you. That was really silly. Now, how I managed to not set any of my trims, I don't know. No, hang on. I know that I did set my aileron trim. I thought I'd set the other two. Oh, so bad. See, this is probably a good time for me to have a quick sup and take a comfort break whilst I'm not actually flying, and I'll be back.
Request rearming.
Copy. Rearming complete.
Ghetto zebras. What a sound.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it, those two engines? And this time I've set my trims, so I should take off okay. I don't know what made me think I'd set them. Well, I half know what caused that. What I did is, unusually, I went straight to my aileron trim and set that. I don't normally do that. And because I'd set a trim and then distracted my brain, I'm thinking, yeah, I've done that. But of course I hadn't. I'd only done the aileron trim, not rudder and nose down. We should get off properly this time. Just goes to show how important those trims are, especially on takeoff. And the aileron trim on the Mozzie, the aileron trim that I put on, which is like 12:05, if you like, on the clock, down there, the first division to the right. That seems to help on takeoff as well, I believe. Okay. Yeah, I think we're done. Let's go. Away for a split second then elsewhere, and before I knew it I was off the blooming runway. 2 failed takeoffs in a row. This is bad news. I'll go again. I'm gonna reslot on the Moz.
Alright, we're gonna do get prepped for we're getting prepped for a convoy if you're wanting to do that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's really why I'm in the Moz. So I've got some rockets. But the first one, I didn't set my trims, and I thought I had. This one, I just briefly looked away, or thought myself away, and went off to the right, and that was it. I'm all broken. Got to get restarted, so I'm reslotting. Right, I never have this trouble in a Mozzie. But it just goes to show how important it is to keep straight on takeoff. You know, I mustn't be distracted. And I did. I allowed myself to sort of mentally wander off and look away.
Request rearming. Copy.
ready, so just let us know when you're good to go.
Okay, well I'm about to taxi to 08. Frame rate dropped to 7 though. Okay, 49 about to roll on the runway to 08 for takeoff.
Right, Roger. Roger.
Ghetto zebras. Butter.
Yeah, that one was right, wasn't it? When you do it right, it works.
Wasn't it? Right, you're in the air, I'll haul it in.
Ghetto zebras.
Copy that.
Proper.
It's amazing how that little lapse in concentration earlier on, I sort of looked away
Southwest.
and wasn't able to recover from skidding off to the right.
There are are some vehicles in the vicinity. We might need to deal with those.
I copy that. I'm seeing the units in that area. I'll just go for those straight away.
Okay, they will fire. I can't remember what they are. No, I can't remember what they are.
Oh, me too, Nathan. I think they might just be BTRs. Actually, I'm going to make a turn because I don't need to attack them unless they're attacking us.
They'll attack the convoy.
Well, they definitely will, or they might.
Well, convoy's in, depends if they're firing. No, okay, convoy's clear.
I see convoy, got eyes.
Not as many trucks as I was anticipating, but hey.
I'm only seeing 3, I think. 4. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it is 5. There's 5 trucks there.
Oh, no, there's more.
There's at least 5.
8 in total with incoming gunfire from some.
From where?
Some.
No, you're coming off the keys again.
Somewhere.
From somewhere, was that? I think what's happening is that when you take your finger off the push to talk, it stops transmitting immediately, but you can set a delay so that when you release your push to talk, it doesn't immediately stop, which means that you don't clip the end of what you're saying, which is what's happening. That's in OBS, I think you can do that.
OBS for and do it in DCS, so.
Yeah, but there's. Oh no, hang on, no. I think it's when we're talking. No, when we're talking in Discord. Sorry, I've completely got that. I'm seeing a red smoke going in for it. There's a bit of poke and hope, but I got rid of about 6 infantry. That might help. Okay, I think we're past that threat and we've got rid of most of it. Got 2 rockets, i.e. 1 button press left, and there it goes. That was good. I felt as though I was actually instrumental in that. I know I got infantry. Someone else got some kind of a vehicle. I don't think I got that. I think that was all we got.
It's actually going to be quite a short one.
Yep.
Smoke.
Hello. Oh, I see. I'm going in as well. I've got 2 rockets left. See what I can do. Can't actually see anyone down there, but you've hit the unit in the vehicle.
Wasn't anticipating a red being that close, but then
I think you got them all. Convoy still in good condition. Green smoke. Excellent. Good job. Nice one, Ghetto.
What time are you running till 2:30?
Preliminary half 2. If you want to go a bit later, I can. I've still got to go really late. If you want to go a bit longer, I can. If you want to finish at half 2, that's good.
Yeah, I was moderately late as well, but Yeah, maybe half two, and then I won't get into it quite as late afterwards after that.
Yep, all good. Does the red smoke stop when the threat is completely gone, or does it carry on for a certain amount of time, even when they're all destroyed?
Pre-configured, I've got no control over it, unfortunately.
No, that's alright, I was just wondering.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think it's about 3 minutes that the smoke will run for.
Yeah, fucking hell. Well, that was good. I actually felt as though I was functional on that occasion in assisting our supply convoy, because I fired 3 rockets, or 6 rockets, and got a number of infantry, probably only about 6, but that made me feel as though I've actually contributed towards protecting the convoy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully when I get my head back into the code, I can start expanding it, and it will be easier to take part in different ways.
Look at that, nice one. Oh, nice one, Ghetto. He's flying up on roughly 9 o'clock. I think I'm going to land. And then I'll see from there what there's only 10 minutes left anyway, so I think I'm in the area, I'm going to land just to get some landing practice, having had 2 failures at takeoff. And the third takeoff was absolutely fine.
Roger.
So I'm going to make a turn, a circle to the left. Goes a bit more. Okay, 49, turning on the finals, 08. Definitely easier to land this than it is a Spear. Moving off runway. runway clear. Well, I probably won't take off again because, as I say, it was gone 5:30 before I actually hit the pillow last night. So I'll keep it strict to 2:30 tonight and perhaps get into bed by 4. Or even if I'm really tight with myself, I might even get into bed earlier. Would be a good idea. I'm also got a bit of an attack of the sneezes at the moment.
Check.
Yeah, copy. How many?
Yeah. Sorry, cut the ground, so I'm just in a E51 for a moment. Just to close off comms, really.
Yeah, copy that.
So, if I'm wanting to try and get more into the scripts again because I haven't really made any updates for quite a while, comparatively. So if I do manage to get my head there and get to a point where I can push anything onto the server, then I'll let people know. Ahead of Friday, that is. In case there's any merit in multiple attendees.
Yeah, copy all that. Whatever you can do is great, but don't worry too much about it.
Well, at the moment there's sort of parts of the modules that don't really have a function. I'm trying to sort of even it out a little bit. So like the convoys, they're a good base, but they need expansion a little bit to be able to involve more people.
Yeah, all sounds good. Coughing fit at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough. No.
Managed to pour a tiny drop of beer down my throat and it went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Watery eyes now. I had a sneezing fit as well earlier. frame rate's been behaving badly tonight at times. Just when I just got onto you, it was 4. It's now gone up to 20.
When you said there was a driver available, do you have NVIDIA experience loaded, and that's what's telling you there's a driver?
Yes, that's probably it, because I did turn that off at one time, but then I've ended up not getting updates.
Well, yeah, it just means you have to do it manually, but you might. I mean, if that's sitting there checking stuff in the background whilst the game is running, perhaps that's one of the things that's affecting your frame rates.
I'll see if I can get to it and have a look, and I'll just turn it off. I'll just turn it to stop.
Well, I'm not talking about the updates necessarily, the fact that it's running and installed.
Yeah, running. I mean, if it's installed, it won't matter, but if it's running, isn't it? That has possibly made a difference. Difficult to say. Could it then drop to 25, 24?
Yeah, well, it's never going to be 100% consistent. There's too much going on.
I have to try to remember just turn that off. I left it on tonight specifically because it had the update as a reminder, but yeah, I'm bad at checking for updates manually.
Right, well, I tend to not check unless I have a specific issue, or I hear of a specific issue that I should patch out.
Oh, okay. I thought you always had to have, because whenever you get anything like not quite right, the first thing they say is, "Are all your drivers up to date?" Isn't it? That's the first thing they say.
Most of the time, it's a get out clause. If you're sometimes just reinstalling the same driver might help, unless you're doing things with very up-to-date software, which is going to have high churn, of which the graphics drivers will be having high churn to try and compensate for. It's unlikely that running the latest drivers will always fix the issue. What happens often is that just reinstalling the drivers refreshes them, and that's simply enough.
Yeah, okay, well I'll have to, perhaps I'll take that, because that's obviously in my startup, so I probably need to take that out of startup and not worry about refreshing on. I thought that we're supposed to keep our drivers up to date, but what you're saying is that's really not quite the case. It's, as you say, it's a get out, if you like, and it's a bit like turn it off and turn it on again.
Sometimes. I mean, yeah, if you're using like a game that's just been released and you've got a problem with the driver, then it's highly likely that there'll be something going on and a driver fix might make a difference. But our stuff doesn't change often. The stuff that we use isn't new enough to generate that kind of an issue. And if it is, then it would be more widely communicated, and we'd find out anyway, and then we'd update.
Yeah, well I'll have a look at Task Manager and see what it says in startup.
I'll call it there, but as I say, if I get on at any point, I'll give people a shout if I need bodies.
Yep, sure thing. Actually, I'm not. Just as you leave, I'm looking through. I'm not seeing NVIDIA in startup either.
Maybe your focus is not on game.
Ghetto Zebras. Take care, Bill. Nice flying this weekend.
And yourself, Ghetto. Thanks for being there. Some nice side-by-side flying there. Overall, good evening. Thanks for being there. Take care, mate. See you next Friday. TTFN.
Ghetto Zebras.
Yeah, copy.
Catch you guys next weekend.
Alright, so I wasn't sure if you'd been replying, but possibly not on focused.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what was happening. I've checked in the startup apps, and I'm not seeing. Actually, I'm not seeing Nvidia in there.
No, that would be GeForce Experience.
Oh, GE. So I'm looking for Nvidia, but it should be GE. Yeah, hold on. Let's sort it by name. No, it's not. When I sort the startup apps by name, it still doesn't. Oh, it's because I stopped it. I turned it off, didn't I? That's why. Although it should still be in startup, shouldn't it? Even if I've stopped it, it should still be listed in the startup apps. But I'm not seeing it. And I did it again. Um, manager had the focus, and I was yakking away, and you weren't hearing a word of it. Yeah, so it's not listed even under GE Force. It's not listed in startup, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Okay, if you give me just a couple of seconds, I can get back to you.
No sweat. Okay, for the sake of anyone watching, we won't be flying anymore tonight. It's just gone 2:30 for us in UK. Just gone 2:30 in the morning, so we're going to fold now. We're trying to behave ourselves a little bit. I didn't get into bed till 5:30. When I finish flying, I don't just go. I end up doing other stuff. And last night it was 5:30. This morning it was 5:30 before I got into. No, yesterday morning it was 5:30 before I got into bed. So trying to behave ourselves a little bit. Close down at roughly 2:30, and then if I'm lucky, I'll be in bed by 4 o'clock. There's always other things for me to do before I turn in. Right, so anyone that's still there, I'm seeing it says there's one, I don't know if there is. Thanks for being there. We'll be flying again roughly 23:30 Friday coming. So and then the Saturday the same. So hopefully catch you folks then. Hope you saw something you liked tonight, and catch you then.